Howdy folks, we're going to do a video today on comparing different kinds of cheap, low budget 22 shells. So for starters, we're going to start with Armscor 22 long rifle, 36 grain, high velocity hollow points. I've got 3 Marlin Model 60s, a Henry Frontier, a Henry Golden Boy, 3 Heritage Rough Riders, and a Chiappa 1873 22. I've got them all loaded up with different calibers. We might be doing a part 2 depending on how long this takes me. I've got targets set up down there with clay pigeons. I've got shotgun shells at 25 yards. Pigeons are about 10 or 12. And then a old beat up propane tank that's been shot multiple times. And a skillet out at 50. So not so much accuracy what we're looking for. We're looking for dependability, reliability. Will it cycle in a semi-automatic? Will it cycle in a lever gun? Will it still have lots of pressure out of a revolver? So more of a just function test than accuracy. I will try to hit those shotgun shells with at least one shot from every caliber. Mostly we're just going to be shooting and seeing how they work, because accuracy kind of depends on your barrel. So let's stop talking and get to shooting. We'll start with a Marlin Model 60. This is that Armscor ammunition. We'll just do the long distance stuff first. There we go. In spite of my loading rod being not in all the way or whatever I did there, seemed to function just fine. Now we'll do a Henry Golden Boy and see how that does. Try to hit the shotgun shell on the far right there. Just missed it. There we go. Well, my shooting wasn't the greatest, but I was missing it by just barely, so I'd say they were reasonably accurate. Now I'll try taking out some clay pigeons with the revolver. I'll take 4 out of 5 shots anytime. Alright, so that's it for the Armscor. Now we're going to be moving on to CCI 22 long rifle lead flat nose bullets, 40 grainers. That's what we're going to be shooting next. So for this, my other Marlin Model 60, we'll start at the long distance and go from there. Both of those, the Armscor and the CCI so far, seem to be functioning pretty good out of those automatics. So we should be able to hit something with this gun. I'll aim at that far right shotgun shell. You guys can't really see it, but hopefully you can see it when it flips up if I hit it. Just missed it. I'm wobbling. All right. right, I'm gonna get a rest on my knee. I'm wobbling all over. Well, they all function pretty good and about as accurate as I can shoot. Try my other Heritage here. Yeah, that's about as good as I ever can shoot with this gun, 1 out of 5. Sights aren't accurate at all. I think the bore's accurate, I just never quite figured out where to hold. Okay, next we got a Gila, if I'm pronouncing that right. This is 22 Super Extra 40 grains, copper plated, high velocity, solid point. Go back to my Henry Frontier. Got, I don't know if you've seen my video on making these, but I got a new speed loader here. Let's try it out. That worked really nice. All right. See if we can hit those, hit a shotgun shell at 25 yards with it. Nicked it. Well, all those Aguilas seem to function just fine out of that. Got my other Marlin Model 60. This is my dad's. That functioned just fine. Chiappa 1873-22. I will say that, at least in this revolver, these shells went in a little harder than most. So that's just something to be aware of. It. I mean, as you saw, they still worked, but those Aguilas were a little tight. Okay. This will probably be the last test for this video, and then I'll do a part 2. These are the Winchesters I could get a hold of. Everything here is just what I could find that was cheap. And for me, cheap is anything that's $6 for a box of 50 or less in the August of 2024. That's what I'm looking for, so that's what I'm considering cheap. So this is a Winchester Super X limited edition, PowerPoint 40 grain. Doesn't say. Yeah, these are hollow points, I believe, as I recall when I was loading them. Yeah, hollow point, round nose. So, got another speed loader here. All right, let's see how it functions. There's one there where it didn't feed perfectly, but it did feed. Seemed a little weaker than the others as far as that goes, but that could be just that box, of course, but they seemed a little weaker, and that's been my experience with Winchesters overall, is the there ain't quite the power there that in some things. My past experience with the Armscore was kind of the same way, but those today seem to have quite a bit of power. All right, see what the Golden Boy can do. Well, I hit one of those shotgun shells, so we know they're accurate. Yeah, it seemed a little underpowered to me, but it might be just me. You'll have to kind of compare the sound on the video compared to the other stuff. Now I got my 9-inch Heritage loaded up with those. Three out of 5. They're all functioning pretty good so far. So in the next video, we'll be comparing Federal Auto Match, Remington Golden Bullet, and Federal Champion. See how they do. Thanks for watching.